mutt. You little muttly.
I feel like can't nobody tell me nothing with my mug. It's got pee on it.
Brown.
The royal pee. The royal pee. That's right. I'm going to show you guys something. I've decided. Let's see how I do this. Like that. And I put it over this, right? And I go 3, 2, 1. You can't tell me shit. You can't tell me shit.
Self-stirring.
You can't tell me shit. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Self-stirring coffee cup. It's like the invention of the atom bomb, I know. Now I'm become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah. Most auto stirrers you stick in like milk frothers.
Yep.
I don't think there's a self-frothing.
There is now. And it's got King Paul on it, you know what I mean? Now I gotta get one for my husband. Yep, the self-stirring coffee cup. It's the new hotness. Ooh. Got a promotion after being disabled for years. My life feels like that swirly cup. Aw, nice. You live in the woods? I do. I live deep in the woods. Hype for the Liberation Day? What's the Liberation Day?
It's today. It's Trump something or other doing things today.
Oh, he's
for
doing a thing.
Liberation Day, whatever that means.
Liberation Day. Okay.
I didn't quite look into it enough to figure out exactly what it was. I assumed it was something dumb.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing the self-suck today. Basically, is what they're saying. Giving himself the suck.
All the tariffs being announced.
All the turfs.
Yeah.
It's Liberation Day. Yay! I guess. Ugh. Yippee skippy. You feel liberated, D? second.
What was he doing?
I gave him the kitty kitty oh so pretty, and he stopped and flicked his tail back and forth twice, and
Yeah.
then kept going. It's like, yeah, that's me. I'm a pretty kitty.
I let the squirrel off today, D. Just a couple huff and puff. And then he went about his business.
You showed him what's what. People really need attention today. It's so weird how some days are pretty normal and low key, and some days are like attention seeking. Attention seeking 12-year-olds. I guess, is it spring break? Or is that next week?
I mean, it depends where you are.
I guess that's true, huh?
It's probably spring break somewhere. It's usually when they are around the beginning of April into March.
I see. I see. Yeah, it's spring break. That would explain. I'm sure it is spring break for quite a few people. That would explain why it's so stoopy in here. Most of the time, your teachers are dealing with this stoopy. But because it's spring break, I've got to be the one to deal with the stoopy. Too stoopy. You need 15 for Bud. Sucks to be you. I don't know how to help you with that, bro. I got my own Bud. I got my own. Yeah, I'm not sharing. Fuck that. I don't even share with people in person, let alone over the internet. You gotta be kidding me. What's your thoughts on the rise of sex games on Steam? I think it's weird, but somebody explained to me why they're so popular. Because I couldn't get it. I was like, in a world where porn is literally just as free as you can make it, people are playing these games. The reason for that is certain countries have obscenity laws that preclude hardcore porn, but there's a loophole in those laws for video games. So a lot of these sex games on Steam are literally the only way certain people, like in Myanmar or whatever, can jerk off.
It's the same way why like social media is so thirst trappy.
Yep. Just like there are parts of the world that are like 2 generations behind us in terms of pornography availability.
Well, they might not be behind us for long. Maybe they'll get their wish of banning porn in the U.S.
Well, yeah, I doubt it, but you never know. I somehow doubt that. We like our porn too much. Too into the porn to let it go. I didn't know Dumbledore was still alive. It's like, man, get a fucking reference that isn't your fucking childhood book. One. I didn't know Dumbledore was still alive. Imagine you're in your 20s. I didn't know Dumbledore. How do people ever spank it in the Middle Ages? They had imagination back then. Yeah, they had imagination. Duh. Pretty good coffee this morning, I gotta say. I don't know who that is. Who's going? Wah, 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 wah. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Wah, wah, wah. Who the fuck is that? Did you hear that? Is that a turkey? Mountain lions make that noise. Cool. Let's go. I'll fight a mountain. I'll fight a mountain lion. I don't give a shit. Have any advice on how to have a deeper experience on psychedelics? A deeper experience? No. Here's what you have to do with psychedelics. And this is like, I treat it like a sacrament. I really do. When I trip with somebody, especially somebody that hasn't tripped a whole bunch, you treat it like a sacrament. It is giving a little part of your consciousness over to the substance. So it's, you can't force things like a deeper experience. You trust the substance to give you what you need, right? That is literally how I think about it, right? I don't know what to expect when I drop. I don't know what to expect, you know, when I take some shrooms. I don't have in my mind an idea for which way I want the trip to go. You have to let that go. And the more you let that go, the better you will get at having the type of trip you feel like you want to have. But as far as like forcing a deeper trip, you can't do that. You can't do that. What will happen will happen. You know, that's one of the big things, right? Did you learn how to read tarot? There was a girl in my high school class that had a tarot deck, and she kind of got me interested in it. And then there was this little paperback book that I got that had some tarot rules in it. Kind of learned that, or like used that to learn my own system. Kind of come up with my own system, and then since then I haven't really refreshed my memory on the official rules of tarot. I don't really care about them, to be honest with you. Tarot is a storytelling device, so I use it as such. Jesus Christ, man. What a fucking nightmare. Hold on one sec. Let me put the fucking babies to bed. Fucking attention seekers. Just, there you go. Whew. Man, just fucking 10 different degrees of stupid every fucking day. But today's real bad. My poor fucking mods are having to go over the top with it. When's the last time you gave a reading? I don't remember. It's been a while. Nordic runes? No, I don't. I do not do a Nordic rune. It's such a shame. Such a shame to have to turn on the 1 minute subscriber only fucking bullshit. This is the last Stephen King short story I read. Fuck, bro. I know I went back through Everything's Eventual, but I don't remember what order I went in, so I don't remember. But it was one of the shorts in that. No, I don't really lay out tarot for myself. There's one instance in which I do that. If I've got like insane block. Like if I'm trying to write something or trying to work on something. And I just can't get to the next step, or I feel like I'm getting bogged down, I'll whip out the tarot deck. And it's not even really like I'm doing a reading for myself. It just kind of like limbers my mind up a little bit, puts my mind on a different task for a second, and lets me come back a little fresh. That's the only time I'll use it like that, is if I feel like I need to focus on something, but I'm having trouble doing that. What country am I from? The United States of America. You would think that would be pretty fucking apparent at this point. You know, the American accent is kind of hard to miss, right? But I don't know. Could be Canada, I guess. I don't say a boot, though, so I don't know how that's happening. The American attitude, even harder to miss. Yeah, see? A boot these nuts. I love that. Propaganda. That's the next one. That's the next one. We can all tell you're from California. Yeah. I mean, what are you supposed to do, man? The fruit don't fall far from the tree, you know? I think I saw a Bigfoot behind one of those trees. It's probably one of my kids, honestly, running around out there. Pop a Bigfoot. Let's practice it. Man, I don't know, guys. There's a lot of propaganda going on right now, you know. TJ says, propaganda? Yeah. Have a propaganda at these nuts. Smooth, just like that. Smooth, just like that. My dear Paul, are humans closer to have lived in the Ice Age compared to having been farmers? Just if you know. What? Say, what? I mean, I know like modern agriculture started after the Ice Age, right? To what degree do our opinions matter? I don't know. Either entirely or not at all. It's one of the two, right? Do you make a good omelet? Probably not a great omelet, but I will tell you what I do make that'll blow your fucking socks off. Scramby eggs. Okay. 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 And fried eggs, if that's what you're into. But we gotta have bacon as well if we're gonna do fried eggs. Because the way I do fried eggs is you fry up your bacon and then you do the eggs in the bacon grease. That's the best way to do the eggs. But fried eggs, fried in bacon grease, or scramby eggs done the Paul's Ego way. And that's it. And that's it. Somebody laid an egg. Hear it? Somebody laid an egg and they're announcing it to the world. Don't you make them runny? The scrambies? No, they're not runny. They're just fluffy and moist. No, they're not runny. You don't make them runny. Or are you talking about the fried eggs? If you're talking about fried eggs, that's the way a fried egg is supposed to be done. Over easy with the runny yolk. You want a hard yolk? Go to Denny's or something and tell them to do it, because I'm not doing it. I will not. I refuse. Yeah, the yolk is supposed to be runny. Hello. That's why the greatest breakfast in the world, and this is my opinion, 2 eggs and a piece of toast. 2 fried eggs over easy and a piece of toast. And you dip your egg or your toast in the yolk. I make a absolutely killer scrambled egg. Okay, a killer scrambled egg. Do you understand? Where you're supposed to dip with the yolk. You can't drizzle the yolk. That's not the way it works. You're not supposed to drizzle the yolk. Boiled, rolled, fried. Did you see Val Kilmer died? Aw, poor Val Kilmer. Boiled, rolled. I'm a fan of eggs. Yeah, eggs are pretty damn good, man. I like an egg. I'll eat an egg. I'll have an egg here, egg there, egg up, egg down, egg all around, egg on my face. Scotch eggs. No, I've never had Scotch eggs. Isn't mashed potatoes your signature dish? I make a fucking killer mashed potato too. Yeah. Paul's Ego's mashed potatoes, or you ain't never had mashed potatoes till you have my mashed potatoes. I make the goodest mashed potatoes. Yeah, I don't live anywhere near a Waffle House, unfortunately. You know, the slings and arrows of being a West Coast guy, I guess. It is one of the things that I miss the most about being down south. I miss Waffle House, Whataburger, Las Palapas, and Radostas. Those are my 4 fondest spots in the South that I discovered when I was living down there. What's your opinion on misanthropes, Paul, as in people who show a dislike of other people unsociable? I mean, I feel like there's a certain degree of misanthropy in everybody, depending on the subject. I think that our ability to project empathy onto people, but our inability to have their experience, to know that that empathy is justified, right? I think that that causes misanthropy. Now, if you're talking about a person that is, just fully misanthropic and deciduously avoids other people and hates other people, I would probably say not to be Mr. fucking psychological diagnosis or whatever, but I would say that that person is probably a person that's been hurt a whole lot in their life, whether by parents, lack thereof, romantic partners or friends. So, something has happened to obliterate and annihilate that person's trust, right? This is not a jacket. This is a Snuggie, my friend, okay? This is the top tier. This is the best of the best, all right? Kind of the same for asexuality. Oftentimes it's trauma related. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. So, yeah. And, you know, as coping mechanisms go, you know, misanthropy is one. On one hand, I don't think it's going to allow a person to live a very fulfilling life. They're not going to have many friends being that way. On the other hand, everybody got to cope. Everybody has a coping mechanism or multiples, right? We are all, at the end of the day, as much as we might like to aggrandize ourselves, trapped in these meat suits, confused as fuck about what really is going on. And so, you know, if people have been hurt or damaged by their parents, does that impact how they treat other people? Oh, of course, yeah. Well, think about it, like your parents are the template, right? So one of the things that freaks me out about babies, if you've ever been around babies, my sister has 7 children. I've been around all of them as babies. And one of the things that kind of freaks me out about babies is that you can see them. Like if you pay attention to them when people are just talking around them, they're like little satellite dishes, man. They will lay there like this, following the conversation and shit. And it's like, holy fuck. They're like a little sponge, man. They're absorbing everything around them, every noise, the vibe, right? So you can watch babies. It's like they can't communicate yet. They can't speak yet. But the portent of what is being talked about has an effect on the babies. And so, yes, you know, your parents are the most important people in your lives when it comes to determining how you're going to interact with the world. They are your template. They are the people that you look at, right? Whether you consciously think it or not doesn't matter, right? Your mother is the template of a woman. Your father is the template of a man, such as it may be, right? And the way that they interact with other people is the way that you will interact with other people. Yes. And it is very true. Kids imitate. Kids, learn by watching. And this doesn't stop when they stop being babies. You know, 5 years old, 10 years old, the same thing applies, right? You know, as rebellious as a 10-year-old might be, their eyes are blown wide open when there's a room full of adults, right? When they are among a room full of adults, they are constantly subconsciously scanning the room for behaviors and nuance and personality traits and turns of phrase and all of these things, right? Yeah. Big shout out from Liverpool. I'm a fan from the DP days. What happened to that fool Brett Keane? Peace and love, peace and love. It's me, Ringo, coming to you with peace and love. As of May 22nd, please, no fan mail. Do not send any fan mail after May the 22nd. It will be tossed. Peace and love. You seen the terrible Beatles movie castings? No, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna see. Norway here, do our accent too? Sure. Hinga dinga durgan slurgan flurga stiga dubitster. Hello, I am from Norway. Hinga dinga slurgan durgan flurgan purgan. There you go. That's Dutch and Danish. I mean, look, dude, that's all the same shit to me. All right. Dutch and Danish are both types of desserts, okay? The intonations are way off. Well, my bad. So fucking sorry to have offended you. I look Irish. Bingo. Bingo. Scotch Irish. Scotch Irish Scandinavian. my 23andMe report was like that long. You celebrate St. Patty's Day? Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. No, I do not. Well, I'll eat corned beef and cabbage round then, don't you know? The Liberation Day. I feel pretty liberated, personally. I don't use TikTok, no. And YouTube Shorts, I guess, is similar to TikTok. What is a meat and two wedge in British speak? Meat and two wedge. Meat and two wedge. Cock and balls? I don't know. Would you mind sharing whether you hail from the United Kingdom or United States? Your accent and demeanor have piqued my curiosity, and I'm intrigued to learn more about your background. I was born and raised in Central California. I've never been out of the United States, with the exception of Mexico a couple of times. There you go. I think it means the bollocks. Yeah. Meat and two veg. Yeah. Yeah, it's the cock and ball. It's like it bollocks. Stock market will wiggle today for sure. Isn't it always kind of wiggling? Would you get beat up if you went draped with a Confederate flag in the hood? Probably, yeah. I mean, it depends on which hood, right? And it depends on how draped in the flag you are, right? And what you're doing. But yeah, I would say that there's a fairly high chance that you get a beat down if you go to the hood with a Confederate flag on. What would more likely happen is if like you're one of them people that has like a Confederate flag on their car, you would park somewhere near the hood and then come back out and your car's all fucked up. Da hood, dude. It's the real hood when they don't call it the hood. They call it da hood. You know what I mean? It's pretty fucking crazy there. Yeah, I saw Kanye trolling even further, leaning even harder into his trolling. Yes, I saw his black Grand Wizard outfit or whatever the fuck that was. They're doing a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with David Fincher directing, but Tarantino writing the script. I hadn't heard that. That sounds kind of ass. I don't think I want to see that at all. You live in New Orleans, you know a little about the hood. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, I used to live in the trenches too. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like to talk about it because I escaped up out the hood. But let's just say, okay? Let's just say I had to squabble my way out. Okay? Is the new house you live in have a pool like the one you never had your child one? No, there's no pool. It's just a house. It's a house on a plot of land with trees. How do you feel about the Switch too? I feel like if I had like a 13-year-old kid, I'd probably be wincing because I'd probably have to buy him it. But other than that, I don't care. So funny when the guy goes into the hood and dares people to do the one chip challenge. The one chip challenge in the hood. Man, you Icelandic people are obsessed with that one chip challenge, ain't you? Can you guys just not get the one chip over there? What? Hey, baby.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Which hood do you give more love to, Compton or Inglewood? I mean, probably the CPT, I would imagine, over Inglewood. Although, I got no problem with Inglewood either, but probably the CPT. Compton chokes? Say what? Better watch your mouth. You better watch your tongue, sir. Tell us your Rugrat stories from the hood. All right, man. There's one time I was walking and I had this football, right, that I'd gotten for my birthday. And I was tossing it around with my little friends. And these big bullies came, right? These big older guys came. And they took my football, which was muffed up because, like, I didn't really have much being from the hood and all. and they took my football and they called me names. And then right after that, one of my little homies, whose name I won't say, says, "Hey, you guys want to see a dead body?" And I was like, "Psh, you don't know where no dead body is." And he was like, "Want to bet?" And I was like, "Sure, show me the dead body." He takes us over to this like industrial park in the weeds over there. There's this homeless guy laying there dead. And it really changed my perspective all the way into my young adulthood. My daddy tried real hard. He was a barber and a hardworking man, and he tried real hard to keep me from those streets. Okay? But the streets called me nonetheless. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was right by the train tracks. How did you know that the body was right by the train tracks? How did you know, bro? That's crazy. You guys are referencing the wrong movie. I can tell there is literally nobody here from the hood. Because you want to know why? I just told you the plot of Boys to the Hood, or Boys in the Hood, and nobody said it. That's the plot of Boys in the Hood. And you guys are, you bunch of lily white kids are talking about Stand By Me, the white version of Boys in the Hood. I mean, come on. I remember one time we were riding around in the school bus and we threw up gang signs at this group of gangsters in a 6'4" Impala, right? We were throwing up Crip at them. And I shit you not, these dudes zoomed up in front of the bus, stopped. And this dude came on the bus and he was like, "Oh, everybody's all quiet now. Huh? What's up with that shit you were throwing up? Where's it at now? You want to throw it up now?" And he looked at me and he was like, "What about you? Remember me. OG Two-Tone, Crenshaw Mafia." And he like walked out and we were like, "Damn, had a gun and everything, bro." Yeah, yeah. He said that to me. He's like, "You better gang bang them books." He said that shit to me. Crazy, right? So, I don't like to brag about it, but I'm hood certified, you know what I mean? Is hood an insult? I mean, it can be. It can be used as a pejorative, right? I mean, it's literally just short for neighborhood. Ghetto can be used in the same way, right? I think ghetto is probably more of a pejorative than hood is. But, they can be used interchangeably. About to go tripping later tonight? Nice. Nice. Tell us the story where you used to live in a trailer park by Detroit. I mean, I don't even want to go through all that. I had this dumbass friend, Cheddar Bob. This bunch of black guys that had this rap crew called the Free World jumped me. One of them banged my girlfriend. And then, you know, like there was this bar rap battle and I kind of like won the rap battle or whatever. It's just like hood shit. You know what I mean? Just hood shenanigans, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, no. I mean, I did absolutely nothing on my birthday. I had to camp my phone because, of course, you know, everybody's hit you up. So I had to camp on my phone. I read the first 8 chapters of the Tao, contemplated that. I sat around. I did a stream. I don't like to make. Oh, Amelia got me a birthday cake. We had that last night. That was cool. That was fun. I liked that. I got some cool stuff here. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff. Hold up. Look. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something. You ready for this shit? Here it goes. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Coffee's a little warm. I'm just giving it a stir. I gotta show you guys my other stuff too. Is it insulated? Yes. But yes, it is. All is getting out of bed once you're awake often a struggle for you? No. Once I'm like awake, I'm up out of bed. I don't lay around in bed unless I'm awake or unless I'm like trying to go to sleep usually. Any watches? Nope, no new watches. A little expensive, you know what I mean? A little expensive. hobby-wise, and I honestly feel like I only really want one more watch, and then I feel like I'll have the watches that I want. So, I'm just kind of waiting to find the right one. I want a dive watch, and then I'm done. Coat reminds me of an Ewok costume. Yeah. I'm gonna put the hood up. Oh. Oh, snap. That's warm. Man, that's cuddly. Holy Stromboli. Is the last one going to be an expensive one? Buy once, cry once kind of deal? It'll probably be a little more expensive than my other watches, although I don't know that for sure. But it's not going to be like, I'm not going to get like a Breitling or a Rolex or something. I'm not going like crazy with it. I'll probably spend about $1,000 on a dive watch max if I decide I ever want to do that. You know what I mean? Why a dive watch? So I tend to like watches that wear big, because I have big hands and I'm just a big dude. And so dive watches are routinely available over like 40 millimeters. Like I like a 45 millimeter dive watch. I just want something that wears, big on the wrist, and I want something with a metal band on it. Because I don't have any metal bands. I have leather and rubber bands right now on all of my watches, and so I want something with a really really good clasp, adjustable clasp metal band on it. Something heavy on the wrist. They're not as expensive as I thought they'd be. The mug. Oh no, they're not expensive. They're just cool. Nothing to do with diving. Well, I mean, kind of like I would like to have a watch that's big, substantial, wears heavy on the wrist that I can go in the ocean with, or that I can go swimming with and not have to worry about pulling off my wrist. That it just wears with me. You know what I mean? So, yes and no. It's like all of the watches that I have now have like usually 30 or 40 meters of water resistance built in. So it's not like I couldn't jump in with any of my mechanical watches or whatever, but I just wouldn't want to. Whereas a dive watch is specifically made to be in water, right? I may not like push it to its limits by diving deep down with it with an air tank and everything. But the idea that I can be in and out of the pool or in and out of the ocean or the lake or wherever I'm at in the summer, right? And not have to worry about the watch getting wet. I've never done diving or scuba, but I've done snuba before, which is snorkeling with a hose that's attached to a boat at the surface that gives you your air. And that was kind of cool. Did you do the shark cage thing? Hell yeah, baby. That's one of my. It's one of the things I want to do. I want to do the shark cage, man. I think sharks are so cool. Throw some chum in the water and make them go crazy. I want to see some crazy great white sharks. I want to see Jaws coming at me. I like it. Yeah. You'd shed your fucking wetsuit. That would be a mess. Yeah. Cage goes in the water. You go in the cage. Sharks in the water. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing, yeah. I would do that shit. 100%. Sign me up. Throw me in the fucking water with the sharks. You think you'd shid? Shid, then fard. What are your thoughts on folk that go spelunking, rest in pepperonis? More power to you, but couldn't be me. No. Nah. Trapped underground. Thanks, no. Anyway.